Welcome to Charts Today. My name's David Linton, and today's edition for Wednesday, the 10th of May, comes to you from London. And we start by looking at the dollar index, currencies, stock markets, and last of all, some commodities and US tech. So here we see the dollar has actually had quite a resurgence ever since the French vote, almost a little bit of a relief rally here, so we're bullish in the short term, bullish in the long term, but the medium term is still a bearish picture. And on the point and figure chart, short term, we are still in a bit of a downtrend. So the picture is quite mixed, but the dollar is just showing some strength at the moment. Down this morning though, and the euro is up, but again it's the reverse here, so it's below the cloud, long term and short term, but the medium term chart is still quite promising, hitting some resistance on the medium term chart on the point and figure chart. So again, a mixed picture. Japanese yen, the dollar has been quite strong against, and sterling is just nudging this 130 level, so really recovering, hitting some long-term resistance here on the cloud, so just need to keep an eye on that. Against euro, the sterling is looking pretty strong. Against the Swiss franc, also looking quite strong, and against the Australian dollar, again looking very strong, but that's mostly Australian dollar weakness. Looking at the S&P 500, we were above the 2400 level, but we just couldn't hold it, so we're just sitting there at 2396 at the moment. And looking at the Nasdaq, looking pretty bullish still, and the Dow just after a couple of flat weeks, just failing to break out, and the Russell just in the doldrums, but mostly US stock markets looking very strong still. The futures are down very slightly this morning, so no real heads up as to which way the US market will open. The FTSE 100 had a relatively good day yesterday, bullish above the cloud, so we are just seeing now that the UK market is bullish on all three time frames, and the FTSE 250 continues to power ahead, just making another new high yesterday, so that's quite good news for mid caps in the UK. The DAX looking strong on all three time frames. The Nikkei also looking strong, holding its gains, and the Hang Seng also looking strong, breaking out and bullish on all three time frames. China just continuing to show some weakness. The Indian market we're seeing breaking to new highs as well, so that's also looking pretty strong. And the Australian market is a bit more mixed as we look at that. Looking at Brent crude, we see that we are just recovering through the cloud, but we are still below this $50 level. Quite a lot of resistance here. Downside target now on Brent crude of 41.74, so that's still support in the long-term chart, but we are just seeing those targets kicking in, and of course a lot of short-term downside targets. So Brent heading into its weak time of year, and WTI much the same picture as we would expect, a downside target of 37 hanging over us on WTI. The US nat gas future sitting at $3.20, and we've been stuck there for a while. Gold really fell last night, was touching 12.14 last night, and so we're just seeing that as well, kicking in. And we look at silver, much the same thing, so bearish there too. Apple still looking very strong. Google also looking pretty bullish and strong on all time frames. Amazon looking strong. Facebook just coming off a little bit in the short-term chart, but still looking very strong with lots of multiple upside targets. And the same with Microsoft, just coming off a bit, but still looking pretty strong. That's it for today. Until tomorrow, happy charting. See you then.